Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to be talking about Ozzy Osbourne. He's in the music business. The reason why I know about him is because my dad was into like music, and my dad had a whole entire book of CDs of Black Sabbath and Linkin Park, all these different bands. You know what I mean? Pumpkin, all that Pumpkinhead or whatever all that, man. Like my dad was really into rock music, and I knew Ozzy Osbourne because of him, and also my grandma. My grandma was really into the Osbournes and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to know more, and my channel is about sharing things that that I don't really know, and or maybe if I do know, I'll share it with you. But I like to share people what who this person is, and everything about him and the reason why he's where he's at now. And I've been hearing a lot of bad things about his mental health, and apparently he has like Parkinson's or something like that. We're gonna read into it right now. But so his full name is John Michael Osbourne, born December 3rd, 1948, Marston Green, Birmingham, England. Nicknames: Prince of Darkness, Godfather of Metal, the Great Oz, the Blizzard of Oz. Occupation: he's a singer, songwriter, media personality, known for lead vocalist of Black Sabbath, like I said. Successful solo career, reality TV star, The Osbournes. So I did see the reality TV show a little bit. It was pretty cool. It was different. It was different from like the Kardashians and stuff like that. And the one thing is didn't Ozzy Osbourne sing, or well, I think it was Black Sabbath was War Pigs, because that was on Guitar Hero. So I definitely know about War Pigs. Ozzy Osbourne was born into a working-class family in Ashton, Birmingham, England. His father, John Thomas Jack Osbourne, was a tool maker, and his mother, Lillian, worked at a car components factory. The fourth of six children. Ozzy grew up with the three sisters, Jean, Iris, Jillian, and two younger brothers, Paul and Tony, in a small two-bedroom home at 14 Lodge Road. His childhood was marked by financial hardship in post-war England and personal challenges, including dyslexia. Osbourne had dyslexia, really? Wow. Okay, we're gonna read this right here real quick. Osbourne struggled academically due to undiagnosed dyslexia, which led to feelings of isolation and being labeled dumb at school, which is something I have. I do have dyslexia, and you could tell when I read sometimes I'll say things backwards, I'll say things wrong, like I'll get quiet. Like people have made fun of me for saying this, but I spell quiet and quite. Like it's crazy. I don't know why I do that, but I accidentally spell the letters wrong, and then my autocorrect fixes it for me, so then my autocorrect's all messed up, so it says that. So I just like say whatever, it's fine. I just go with the flow, right? So abuse. At age 14, he suffered sexual from school bullies, contributing to his emotional struggles, which is so interesting because I have a cyberbully series, and I've been talking about this, and the fact that he's been bullied before is pretty interesting, because it's like him retiring is a way to kind of spread this message that bullying even goes far enough to, as Ozzy Osbourne, being who he was. Obviously I'm sure he got made fun of for being dyslexic, right? But the S abuse is interesting. So at age 11, he suffered from bullies, contributing to his emotional struggles. He even had S attempts. That is crazy. As a teenager, Osbourne attempted S multiple times, reflecting his mental health challenges. Early jobs in crime. Leaving school at 15, he worked various low-paying jobs, including construction laborer, trainee plumber, car factory horn tuner, and slaughterhouse worker. At 17, he was convicted of burglaring a clothing store. Unable to pay the fine, served 6 weeks in Winson Green prison after his father refused to teach him a lesson. Refused to pay to teach him a lesson. You want to know what's interesting? Do you know Tim Allen? What was it? Doesn't Tim Allen from the Toy Story and the Home Improvement stuff, whatever? Didn't he get into a crazy scuffle, like a criminal background or something like that? Then he turned it all around, and then he started becoming an actor and stuff like that. It was like cocaine or something. I don't know, man. Osbourne found solace in music, particularly inspired by the Beatles. Beatles were great. The Beatles were great. Great stuff, man. The reason why I know about the Beatles is because in middle school I took a music class, and my music teacher was into all these psychedelic hippie stuff, right? Osbourne found solace in the She Loves You from the Beatles hit, 1963 hit, which ignited his passion to become a rock star. He participated in school plays like the Mikado and HMS Pinafore, showing early performance tendencies. In 1967, Osbourne joined bassist Geezer's Butler's band Rare Breed, which disbanded after 2 gigs. He then reunited with Butler guitarist Tommy Umi and drummer Bill Ward to form Polka Tulk Blues, later renamed Earth, after a booking mix-up with another band named Earth. Dude, that's so funny, dude. Mac Miller had the same exact situation, because back then Mac Miller used to be called Easy Mac. And then Mac Miller talked about in an interview a long time ago, and he said, "Yeah, man, this guy messaged me. He's like, yo, I'm Easy Mac. I'm Easy Mac, not you. I am." He was like, cool, you can take it. You know what I mean? He was talking about how all the bad names got taken, and he was like, "Oh, I'll be Easy Mac," and then he had that happen, right? I think that's kind of interesting how the whole mix-up with the same name and stuff like that. They adopted the name Black Sabbath in August 1969. 69! Inspired by Boris Karloff horror film and a song of the same name. Black Sabbath is widely credited with pioneering heavy metal, characterized by Tony Iommi's low-tuned guitar riffs, Butler's dark lyrics, and Osbourne's eerie, emotive vocals. Their debut album, The Black Sabbath, in 1970, and in follow-up, Paranoid, 1970, featuring hits like Iron Man and War Pigs, and Paranoid achieved massive success in defying the genre. Other influential albums include Master of Reality, Volume 4, and Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, 1973. Osbourne's tenure with Black Sabbath was tumultuous due to his escalating substance abuse. The band's heavy touring and initial conflicts strained relationships, particularly with Umi. In 1979, Osbourne was fired from Black Sabbath. Wow, he was fired? Primarily due to his unreliability from alcohol and drug addiction, he was replaced by Ronnie James Dio. Interesting. So since he got replaced, was the music better or was it worse? That's very interesting. So he was obviously, as it's talked about, he was into drugs and stuff like that. So, wow, that's so interesting. So he got fired. After being fired, Osbourne fell into a deep depression and intensified his substance abuse. Sharon Arden, daughter of manager Don Arden, took over his management and helped him rebuild. In late 1979, Osbourne formed the Blizzard of Oz band with guitarist Randy Rhoads. Why does that sound familiar? Randy Rhoads. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know why. Randy Rhoads, bassist Bob Daisley, drummer Lee Kerslack, and keyboardist Don Airey. Their debut album, Blizzard of Oz, featuring Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley, was a commercial and critical success, going multi-platinum in the U.S. Wow, so was that like a big FU to the Black Sabbath? That's crazy, man. And sometimes, man, I really do feel like this. Sometimes I feel like people need to go through the darkest of darks to even achieve something great, because you have to feel that emotion, you know what I mean? You have to want to put that passion into it. And this is a guy that's dyslexic. He's been through S abuse. He's had S thoughts. He's been through a lot of different jobs. He found that he wanted to be a rock star, which is incredible. Sucks that he got into drugs and stuff like that. Diary of a Madman, 1981, continued his success, though married by the Dismal of Daisley and Kursic due to creative and financial disputes. Wow. Bark at the Moon featured guitarist Jake E. Lee after Rhodes' tragic death in a 1982 plane crash. No more. What's up with all these plane crashes, man? A lot of people have gone in plane crashes. That's what scares me about plane crashes, man. But then again, these people do fly planes more. But this is back then, though, and yeah, man, I don't know. That's scary, man. No More Tears, 1991, marked a commercial peak with hits like Mama, I'm Coming Home. Osbourne won a Grammy, I Don't Want to Change the World, from the live album Live and Loud. Patent number 9, 2022, his latest album, earning 2 Grammy Awards in 2023. Wow! After all this time, he could still get Grammy Awards. See, here's the thing, man. It does get sadder, though. It does get sadder because of what he has announced. Because I think he has retired indefinitely. But we'll get into it here in a second. So he featuring guest artists like Jeff Beck and Elton John. Ooh, that's very interesting. Osbourne's solo career has spanned 13 studio albums with over 100 million albums sold. Combined with Black Sabbath, he earned the title Godfather of Metal for his enduring influence. His band lineup changed frequently, with notable collaborators including Zach Wild, guitarist since 1987, and Geezer Butler, bassist periodically. Ozfest in the late 1990s, Osbourne and Sharon launched Ozfest, a successful heavy metal festival featuring bands like Metallica, which I've heard, Slipknot, which I heard, Tool, which I've heard. I just don't remember their music. I've heard of them because of my dad. My dad was super into rock and all that stuff, so I've definitely heard of all those names. Further cementing his legacy. Cementing his legacy. Black Sabbath reunions. Osbourne rejoined Black Sabbath in 1997 for tours, recorded their final album 13 in 2013. 13. Wow, that's a good day. Their farewell tour, The End, concluded in Birmingham in 2017. In July 2025, this is what I'm getting to, Osbourne performed his final show at the Back to the Beginning concert in Birmingham, reuniting with Black Sabbath for part of the event. That is so crazy. So he left Black Sabbath and his final goodbye was with Black Sabbath. That is pretty deep. Osbourne's life has been marked by addiction, legal issues, and infamous incidences. Abuse. Osbourne's struggles with alcohol and drugs led to multiple rehab stints in the 1980s and beyond. A notable incident during Volume 4 involved him conversing with a horse while... Oh my god. Wait, what? That's actually crazy. Wait, so he did something with the horse? Yo, that's actually crazy. Legal troubles. He was arrested in San Antonio for urinating on the Alamo, leading to a decade-long ban. Wow. Arrested in Memphis from public intoxication. Charged with attempting to strangle Sharon after returning from the Moscow festival. Though the charges were dropped. Sued twice for allegedly encouraging S's through songs. His song SSS. Though he was cleared, the song was about his own substance, not that. A bat incident during a Des Moines concert. Osbourne bit the head off a bat thrown on stage, thinking it was a toy. Oh my god, he required rabies shots and the instant became a head. Dude, this guy's a legend. What? He bit the head off of a freaking... No, that's so crazy. Off a bat. That's a legend. That's legend, bro. That's legend. He thought it was a freaking toy, dude. Here you go. Here, oh wait, there's blood. That does kind of suck though. Rabies is a serious thing, but it's just funny that he thought it was a toy. It's probably all the adrenaline and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Health challenges. This is what we're getting to. Is he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2003, publicly revealed in 2020. Osbourne has faced mobility issues and multiple surgeries, including a 2003 ATV accident that broke his collarbone, ribs, and neck vertebrae. Despite this, he continued performing. That's so crazy. He continued performing until 2025. He really loved what he was doing. He really loved it, man. That's his family life. Thelma, Riley, Sharon. That's a little bit about them. Osbourne is a grandfather with Jack's daughter Pearl Clementine. B12, 2012, notably performing Crazy Train with her school class, moving Osbourne emotionally. In 2022, Osbourne and his family starred in the MTV's The Osbourne, which I've actually seen. I've seen this show. That's how I know who Sharon is. And she was a very sweet lady in that show. But the reality show showcasing their chaotic yet enduring family life became one of... It's been a while, though, so that's what I remember. I remember her being, like, super, giddy, whatever. I don't know what you call it, but... it's been a while, so it's hard to describe that. But from memory, she seemed to be a good lady, right? And it seems to be the truth, right? I'm just babbling on here. I should shut up. The reality show showcasing their chaotic and enduring life became one of MTV's most highest-rated programs, earning a Primetime Emmy. It humanized Osbourne, revealing his humor and struggles. Though daughter Amy opted out for privacy, he later co-starred with Jack and Kelly in Ozzy and Jack's World Detour. Very interesting. So here we go. So health and final performance. So he had a final performance just recently. Osbourne's health deteriorated in recent years to Parkinson's and injuries from his 2003 ATV crash. In 2023, he canceled a UK/European tour due to health issues. On July 5th, 2025, he performed his final show at the Back to the Beginning concert. Like I said earlier, a 10-hour event. Wow, 10 hours with all that he has. That's crazy. With performance by Metallica, Slipknot, like I said, he opened all that. He opened solo and reunited with Black Sabbath for the finale, marking the end of his performance career, though he plans to continue recording music, which I do see him doing. Osbourne contributions, Black Sabbath, solo career, awards. There's everything there. The cultural impact with over 100 million albums sold. Crazy. That's insane. That's a lot of people, bro. Fun fact. Here's a couple fun facts about him. Tattoos. Osbourne has over 15 tattoos, including Ozzy across his knuckles and smiley faces on his knees, and self-made with sewing needles. Stage fright. Despite his show manship, he suffers from lifelong stage fright. Beatles fan, and he's also an actor and stuff like that. So long story short, man. So he had his very last show and he played for 10 hours. That's insane. Like I don't know about you, but that's passion to me. We're also going to look at here. We're gonna get the definition of Parkinson's to give you an idea of what it is, right? And you can kind of like understand, and just in case, this is a little bit of education here. We're gonna just share this really quick. Okay, so we're gonna read you what Parkinson's disease is, so you have an idea of what's going on with him. Parkinson's disease is a progressive neurological disorder that primarily affects movement, causing symptoms like tremors, stiffness, and slow movement. So it's kind of like arthritis in a sense, right? It's got to be like a similar to that, right? It's a chronic condition, meaning it persists over time, and the symptoms tend to worsen gradually. While the exact cause is unknown, both genetic and environmental factors are believed to play a role. There is currently no cure, but medications and therapies can help manage symptoms and improve quality life. Symptoms primarily include tremors. Damn, man. Treatment impact. Parkinson's disease can significantly impact a person's ability to perform daily activities, affecting their mobility, speech, and overall well-being. Wow, man. That is so crazy. So he has Parkinson's, and that's kind of like what really set him to, stop making music. But he's going to continue. As it says there, he's going to keep making music. And this is something I wanted to share because I don't really know his life. You know, he started off with Black Sabbath, and then he ended with Black Sabbath. Well, not he didn't start with Black Sabbath, but you know, he got to that, and then he moved on throughout all these different little small things. And you know, his I think it was his daughter, right? What was his daughter or something like that that wanted privacy or something like that? I think I forget the name. Sorry for that. I just read it, but this is my first time ever reading it. I wanted to know more. I wanted to know the history. I also wanted to share it with you because I know, you know, it's pretty easy to get it all going. It's literally all there. It's concise. It's short. It's not like a giant essay or anything like that. But you know, I did discuss a couple things throughout this video. And he also got bullied too. He got bullied. He got abused, and he was also, I think he was abusing the drugs and stuff like that because, you know, I feel like his life, he was going through a lot of crap, man, a lot of stuff. And I feel like the reason why they do these things is because when you're a rocker, when you're always traveling, you got this, that, you need something to keep you going, you know what I mean? And some people are just not into drinking coffee, and that's what keeps them going, you know what I mean? And I feel like he's just been through ups and downs, like hell and back, man. Like, he's been through a lot. And what an interesting guy, man. And I might even like look into him more and see if there's like anything that I missed out of this. But you know, overall, this is Ozzy Osbourne. He recently played one of his last, like, you know, goodbyes. He's still gonna record, but I think it's cool though. He had Metallica there. He had Tool. He also had Black Sabbath there to reunite, which is great. And yeah, man, that just sucks. But it shows how passionate he is. It shows how passionate he wanted to be a rocker, fame, and you know, that was his goal, and he kept going until this literally just a couple weeks ago, like a week ago or something like that, like his last Kumbaya, you know what I mean? And you know, mad respect, man. That's what I got with my stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep going and keep going. I'm never gonna get burnt out. This is something I love doing, is making videos, talking about things, sharing things, making things aware. And he was also S. He even attempted S, which is interesting. And it's so interesting how this all correlates with everything I've been talking about. And it just shows that we're all the same people. We all deal with all these things that happen to us. We all deal with depression, this, that, cyberbullies, or maybe in real life, abuse, you know, D abuse, you know, S abuse, S thoughts, you know what I mean? Just, we all deal with it. And that's why we need to start loving each other and taking care of each other and understanding each other, because stuff like this could be avoided. You know what I mean? All we gotta do is love them. All we gotta do is love these people. And sometimes people are hard to love, and sometimes you gotta give harder love to that person to show that they are loved. And at the same time, this is just a fascinating story. A fascinating story. Someone who did not give up, and it's inspirational because that's how I want my timeline to be. Is, hey, I'm not gonna give up. I had downs. I want to go back up. I want to better myself. I want to be better. I want to be bolder. I want to be stronger. I want to be as best as I possibly can in this juicy fruit world, bro. This crazy internet space with a lot of things that are just not real on the internet. And you know, I just want to keep doing me, staying in my lane, worrying about my conscious, my mental, my space, my environment, everything. And at the end of the day, this was a really cool video. I really enjoyed this. I'm sorry it wasn't like super educated, but I did have commentary throughout all this. I grew up listening to this kind of music, Black Sabbath. I played, you know, Guitar Hero, War Pigs was on it, right? So it's crazy to hear this news. Long story short, it's a sad thing because his journey has gone to an end. But the good thing is, like I said, he's going to be recording. And anyways, though, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts on Ozzy Osbourne. When did you listen to Ozzy Osbourne? Do you not like his music? And if you don't, be nice about it. Just let me know why. Like, do you not like the hardcore metal stuff? Or, you know, are you more into like the pop rock or something like that? You know, like a Linkin Park. I think Linkin Park has kind of gotten a little, but I think the main dude, like, something happened to him too. And also Nirvana, something happened in Nirvana. Something happened to what was that guy from it was a drummer. There was a dude, he had like one arm or I forget, man. My dad knows all of this stuff, man. My dad was all super into rock stuff and stuff like that. But Overall, hopefully you take care, and thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you watching this video because I did not know all this stuff. Now I know more than I did yesterday or 5 minutes ago, right? I know more. Now you do too. And if you want to look more into it, hey, go look more into it. Go figure out more. Go watch some footage. Go watch some footage. There's footage of him playing the guitar. There's footage of him in interviews. You can go check out his whatchamacallit, the TV show. Go check out the TV show, find out clips or whatever. But overall, have a great day. See you later. This is your boy A1. Stay A1. Peace.